Liv Morgan makes huge claim about her romantic relationship with former WWE champion. The 3 ways WWE can end Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan feud. Women's World Champion Liv Morgan made a massive claim about her current romance with a former WWE champion. She also dubbed a top superstar the biggest, most pathetic loser on the current roster. Over the past several months, Morgan has been involved in a heated feud with Rhea Ripley. The 30-year-old injured the Eradicator, captured the women's world title after the latter relinquished it, stole Ripley's boyfriend, Dominic Mysterio, and joined the Judgment Day. Although Mami tried to recapture the Women's World Championship from Morgan twice, she failed. Nevertheless, Ripley continued to target Morgan on Monday Night Raw. In a recent interview with Adrian Hernandez on the Unlikely podcast, Morgan dubbed Ripley the biggest, most pathetic loser on the roster. She also stated that the Eradicator's fans were jealous of her and Dominic. Personally, I think that Rhea Ripley is the biggest, most pathetic loser that we have on the roster. And I think all you people that love Rhea and that want to come for me and that want to come for Dominic, I think that you guys are also losers and you're probably ugly, you probably have no lives, and you're just so jealous of me and Daddy Dom because we're the hottest, most iconic, most dominant, best historic couple in WWE history, she said. The Women's World Champion claimed her relationship with the former NXT North American champion was better than the latter's romance with Ripley. She also proclaimed herself the greatest women's world champion in history. And you're just mad because Rhea could not live up to that. So I'm so sorry that Dominic and I are so much better than Rhea was with him, and that I'm also the better champion than Rhea cause I'm the greatest women's world champion of all time. So yeah, I'm a man-stealing, home-wrecking, heartbreaking, title-taking, greatest women's world champion of all time. And all of you losers, you can cry about it because I know you hate it and I don't give a. Last Monday on Raw, Rhea Ripley attacked Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, and Raquel Rodriguez. As the Eradicator's rivalry with the Women's World Champion continues, former WWE host Matt Camp suggested the two could lead opposite teams in a War Games match at Survivor Series. The former Raw Talk host predicted that participants in the potential square off, pointing out that WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax could fight on Morgan's team. Well, it could be Nia, Tiffany, Liv, and Raquel. And then maybe it's a babyface team of Rhea, Bianca, Jade, and maybe Naomi, he said. However, WWE Women's division has grown and developed considerably over the years. There were times in the 1990s and 2000s when the women's division only featured a few stars, and they were considered nothing more than eye candy. Nowadays, things have changed dramatically. The main roster alone has over 40 female stars, including those currently out injured, and 3 titles with more potentially on the way. They also have big main event feuds, including one key rivalry on Monday Night Raw. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley is arguably the top women's wrestling feud in the world today. While their rivalry truly heated up this year, they have storyline elements dating all the way back to 2022. There are many personal elements that have made the feud fun to watch, and the fans have been hooked. The two have had a few high-profile matches so far, which means their rivalry is likely going to end sooner or later. This article will take a look at a handful of ways that their rivalry could conclude, which may include a loser leaves Raw match and further heartbreak. Below are 3 ways WWE can end the Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan feud. While most fans assume Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan will have one more match to conclude their rivalry, that isn't guaranteed at the moment. Even if this is the case, there is no guarantee that the match will happen at a WWE show in the coming weeks or months. Instead, Triple H and company officials may have more long-term plans. In February, WWE will host the Royal Rumble. The event will feature a Women's Royal Rumble match. Supposing Rhea isn't the Women's World Champion by that point, she will likely be involved in the match. Given her history in the bout, having won it before, she is a favorite to win the entire thing. There is also the factor of Liv Morgan ducking Rhea. The Miracle Kid is doing everything she can to avoid the Eradicator and has help from the likes of Raquel Rodriguez, Dominic Mysterio, and the Judgment Day. If Rhea wins the Women's Royal Rumble match, however, there will be no way for Liv to avoid her. Ripley could win the 30-woman bout and proceed to challenge and dethrone Liv of the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania. That would conclude their rivalry once and for all. The story of Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley is a complicated one. They were once tag team partners who nearly captured the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. They had a split and went on to injure each other over the past year or so. Fast forward to 2024, and Liv Morgan promised revenge for Rhea's past actions. The Liv Morgan Revenge Tour saw the Miracle Kid injure Rhea, as mentioned previously, plus she became the Women's World Champion. Her biggest dagger shoved into Rhea's back, however, was stealing Dominic Mysterio. Rhea and Dom had an on-screen relationship in WWE for close to 2 years before Liv stole away the former North American champion. In what could be a big swerve and a big way to end the feud, Dominic could come to his senses. Liv and Rhea's rivalry could conclude with Mysterio ultimately choosing to return to Mammy, pledging his loyalty to the powerful star and leaving Morgan alone moving forward. From there, Liv can move on to something else entirely. While a big title win or drama with Dominic Mysterio can be fun, neither is truly effective in ending the rivalry. Instead, the two might need to settle things via stipulation that guarantees their issues in WWE end once and for all. More specifically, Liv and Rhea might have to have a loser leaves Raw match. The rules are quite simple and are implied in the name. Whichever star loses the bout between the two would be forced to leave Monday Night Raw for good. They could then conceivably sign with SmackDown or NXT, thus separating the two moving forward. It would cause Raw to take a hit, but it would keep the two apart, which may be best move going forward. However, Liv Morgan is set for a big date night with a male WWE superstar. She has also hinted that she will be revealing some behind the scenes as well. Liv is currently in an on-screen relationship with Dominic Mysterio on WWE Raw. She has not only taken him away from Rhea Ripley, but has also ended their friendship, with him betraying Ripley to help Morgan retain her WWE Women's World Championship. As a result, with Ripley feuding with Morgan and the newly returned Raquel Rodriguez, she also faces the obstacle of facing Dominic Mysterio while he runs interference. Ahead of WWE SmackDown, though, Morgan revealed that she had a big night with Dominic planned and that the two of them were going on a date. She said that maybe she would bless her fans with some behind the scenes from the night to share how it went. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan may have just reunited on WWE Raw, but the two are no strangers to one another. Long before her return at Bad Blood, the two stars worked together and even won the Women's Tag Team Championship in the past, twice. The first time they had to vacate the title due to Liv Morgan suffering an injury. She went on to team with Morgan again and defeated Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey to become champions. However, Ripley attacked the two stars and caused Rodriguez to suffer an injury, which led to them losing their titles again. Both want revenge against Ripley, so their feud has been deeply personal. It remains to be seen what will happen next as they continue to feud with the former champion. Hi lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Lima, hope your day is so well. If you liked the video and subscribe the channel.